Hey everybody, I'm Owen H. This is not a what's it worth thing as much as this is basically a revised version of a video that I did post and I deleted it. I apologize. But this is going to be talking about my theories on an Alien Romulus follow-up that I did read a little bit more of what they might have in store for a follow-up, but I figured I'd put in my own theories as to what they could possibly do if they were to continue the same story. So, of course, we all know that Alien Earth is the next Alien that's coming out this summer. I like to see it, but I'm going to say this real quick. Please just make it a mini series. Do not stretch it out like The Walking Dead, because I gave up after season 10 and I'm just like, you know what? I'm done. Just with Alien Earth, just make it a mini series. Just make it like one season and just move on with something else, please. Because I hate it when they do that. Okay, so what I said, moving on. This rolled around in my head for a while, and it's possible they might do that. I don't think they will, but it's a possibility. Okay, so they left it open at the end of Romulus after the whole ordeal that Rain puts a damaged Andy into a cryo tank and she plans on fixing him somewhere down the road. They're heading towards Yavaga, and she had to doom herself when she said, or wherever fate finds me, never say faith or fate when Ridley Scott's producing a movie, because he will fuck that shit up somehow. He always does. I had this thought that if they were going to follow Andy and Rain, say that they make it to Yavaga, and she finds out that the whole planet is completely deserted. The colony is empty. There is no sign of life. And when she ventures further to go look for somebody who might have a clue what's going on, she comes across the Covenant ship from Alien Covenant, and residing within is David and his 2,000 plus guinea pigs he had all that time to work on with the two facehugger embryos. I don't think they're going to go back to um, Covenant, because I reviewed Covenant. I didn't like the movie. I was actually very let down by that film. But I figured if they wanted to bring Michael Fassbender back, that's probably the way they might do it. Personally, I think they should just leave Andy and Rain alone, because after all that bullshit that they went through, mostly Rain, she has been on that shitty colony all this time. She works her ass off to bump up her quota to get the fuck off that cesspool of a planet surrounded by the biggest assholes in the universe. And then they go like, oh, well, guess what? We just bumped up your quota, so you're going to be stuck here for another 5 to 6 years. And then she does the craziest shit with her friends to come up with an escape route. They're all dead. And then she just had to fight xenomorphs on top of, like, the hybrid, which I described that in the attachment video. So I think this girl, we need to cut her a break, okay? You know, she's been through enough. Let her go to Yavaga with Andy and just let her have a happy ending, okay? Just leave her alone. If they were to do a follow-up, I think they should do a whole different set of characters. So the company, because Rook mentioned that he sent a transmission to the company to grab the ampules of Z01 compound. So they would probably come across, and they realize, okay, it's not there. So they'll probably go to the Renaissance Station, or what's left of it. And the ultimate slap in the face for the Jackson Star Colony, the hybrid survives, kills off the crew, feeds off them, then manages to get his skinny ass all the way to the Jackson Star Colony and feeds on more. That I wouldn't mind seeing, because I wouldn't mind seeing what other carnage that he would cause. And not to mention, by doing that, you would actually expand the creature to show it transforming to its full potential, because clearly it was meant to transform into a xenomorph, according to what I've heard. You know, it was, and people were like, they were so disappointed, but it was like, you know, maybe it just hasn't grown to its full potential. So it hasn't had the opportunity to become what it was meant to become. But it would be cool if it turns out it survived and it gets its own follow up and a spin off. That being said, this is what I've gathered. So he has talked about penning down a follow up. He's talked about possibly going back to what else happened on the Renaissance station, which led into one surprise that it was staring me in the face, and it blew my mind and I didn't believe it until I went back and watched the movie for like a 100th time. This shocked me. Ripley was on the Renaissance station the whole time. No bullshit. I mean, at first, when people pointed out the evidence, I was like, oh, someone could have photoshopped it and just claimed, oh, look, she's there. And I would have been like, bullshit. But I went back and watched the movie. Wow. Now, for most of you that probably did know that, this is where you'll find Ripley. You don't see her physically. You see the narcissist that she was on, the shuttle she was on in the first film. You see it twice. You see it once where Kay's locked in the hangar with the xenomorph, and Andy was about to open the door, but then backs off. You look down the corridor next to him, the narcissist is like right there, which the whole time I thought that was just part of the hallway. I thought that was a door. But nope, it turns out that's the narcissist parked. Which could explain why her route was off, and that's why she ended up lost. And then you see it again when the station crashes into the rings. If you zoom in and you look onto the bottom right-hand corner, you see the narcissist deploying out of the Renaissance station on autopilot away from the crash. And I went, damn! I mean, I can't believe I've watched this movie since Christmas, and I never caught that because I never believed Ripley was in the film. As much as it did explain how they were managed to piggyback back to the Nostromo explosion, how they found out that there was only one survivor, and everything about the alien, because you got to remember the flight recorder on the Nostromo was taken by the Anesidora in Alien Isolation, and it was taken to Sevastopol Station. So how could they possibly figure out where the alien is? They found the narcissist, they brought it aboard, they looked at its flight recorder, and then just trailed it back to where the Nostromo's last coordinates were before it blew up, and that's where they found the alien. Now, the one thing that probably won't make sense if they woke up Ripley and they interrogated her and asked her a lot of questions. Because if they wake her up, they're going to have to find a way to have it where she doesn't remember being on the Renaissance station, being questioned by another Ash android. Because she would have recalled the events in Aliens, but she didn't. She only recalled the events of the first film. So the only way it would make sense is if Ripley stayed in her cryo tank the whole time. So Fede Alvarez did mention he might touch up on that. That answers all the questions. And he also wanted to touch up more on what went on in the Renaissance station before it ended up deserted and floated towards the Jackson Star Colony. Another thing I also heard that Fede Alvarez plans on penning down for his follow-up, he wants to set it in what he called uncharted waters. Which I'm kind of excited because that means we're going to see some freakier shit, meaning we're going to see what else there is in the alien universe other than xenomorphs and God knows what else. It's about damn time. I mean, I love watching xenomorphs. I love the idea of them bringing them back. But at the same time, they should also bring in something new, or rather something ancient, something we haven't seen before, and in a way just kind of expand the lore a little bit. I think they should just come up with a whole different set of characters that just stumble upon something else, and they're just like, oh shit. And Fede Alvarez, if you're watching this video, go for it, dude. Pen that shit down, because I want to see how else you're going to freak us the fuck out on the big screen. Because after Romulus, yeah, I want to see another Alien movie. I'm dead serious. I will be more than happy to see another Alien movie that will scar me for life. Now, as much as he does say he wouldn't mind penning down another follow up, it's more than likely that probably won't go through. Because it's happened before. There have been filmmakers that do a really good chapter in the franchise, and as much as they want to do another one, they never get the chance to because the company or the industry changes their mind. It goes like, oh, well, we'll just give someone else a try. And the next one isn't really as good as the last. I would, as much as I would love to see Fede Alvarez pen the next Alien, more than likely they're going to turn around and try to go for somebody else to pen the next one because they do that. I mean, I still want him to write another one because the guy treated the franchise much better than anyone else ever did. So I do want more of Fede Alvarez's intake on the franchise. I mean, hell, I would pitch Alien stories of my own. The franchise has so much potential, and it's like, I think they should try to expand it, but keep it within its classic roots. Okay, so I've pretty much just exhausted my voice, sadly. So, what do you guys think? Are you excited for Fede Alvarez doing a follow-up? Are you happy with where the franchise might be going? Are you excited for Alien Earth? Do you think they're going to go with, bringing David back, like I mentioned before? Would you like to see the hybrid come back? Put all that in the comments. Please subscribe. I'm Owen H. Have a nice day.